What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of the Still Got It podcast, episode 3. Joined by always with Vaughan, Kane, and Clay Patton. NFL season struggling along, the offseason as well. A lot of teams are pretty much done with vacation. OTAs are starting. A lot of players are getting acclimated to the chances of playing football one more time in the National Football League 2025 season coming up very soon. Lot to get to in this episode. We're going to touch on a lot of things, including OTAs. But first, lots and lots of drama internally with the top tier teams in the National Football League, at least their fans, as many begin to discuss who's the best of the best. Top 5 quarterbacks in the National Football League. Pro Football Focus put out a list of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. Lots of people disagreed with the list. Want to get your thoughts on it, ladies and gentlemen. But first, we'll talk to Clay and Vaughan internally about who they believe the best is. I'll give my thoughts at the end, but I definitely want to get you to and your thoughts about who the best quarterbacks in the NFL are. I'll start with you, Vaughan. Top 5 quarterbacks in the National Football League, and I want you to rank them. A lot of people have tier lists. I want you to rank them from 1 to 5. Who's the best and who's the worst? Go for it.
All right, number 5, starting the hometown. We're going Jared Goff. 71% passing. He's a winner. Took him to the divisional round of playoffs. Second total offense. We have 38 touchdowns, 15 picks. That speaks for itself right there. Just under 5K yards. Number 4, you can never leave him off any top list. I got Patrick Mahomes. He's a winner. 15 games last year he won, I think. With just 4. I'm going to take 4.
I like it.
4. I like it. Only reason it's 4 is only because I don't think he's doing it with his team is kind of poop, honestly, skill wise. He got some rookies who did some shit. Some stuff. My bad. But overall, number 3, Joe Burrow. You cannot dismiss what he did last year. Great season. Of course, he didn't go to the playoffs, but every game was on his back. He threw for 43 touchdowns, 9 picks. Those numbers are crazy just by itself. Number 2, we got Josh Allen. I know we don't. I know you shake your head. We don't love Josh Allen here, but his numbers. Honestly, his numbers are crazy. He is a winner. He's doing it with probably less than what Patrick Mahomes has a little bit. MVP itself, I know it's kind of shaky, but number 1 is Lamar, baby. And gotta go Lamar. He should have been 2-time MVP in a row. His team, he does it all. Everything's on his shoulders. He's carrying the weight. He's a winner. That's my top 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's a Lions fan, so don't say that I'm, a Ravens fan. He's a Ravens fan. I saw some people on TikTok saying we're all Ravens fans. I'm the only Ravens fan here. Yeah. And he has Lamar as number 1, so no bias there. Jared Goff is number 5. Some people may disagree with, but can't knock the numbers. Definitely top 5,
baby.
For sure. All right, Clay, gonna turn it over to you. I want to get your top 5 list. See if you have any differentiation between Vaughn's.
Definitely got to start off. So my number 5, I'm gonna start the propaganda early. I'm going Justin Herbert. So I love the arm talent. I love his headspace. And he hasn't had the best skill group, especially the wide receiver room. He's had one of the poopiest wide receiver rooms the past couple years. Definitely think Harbaugh is changing the culture, getting the tools in that he needs. I say within the next 2 years, we're going to have serious conversations about who Justin Herbert really is. Like I said, the Chargers haven't really had any deep playoff runs, so we haven't been able to see, how he fares in that type of situation. But I'm starting the Justin Herbert propaganda.
But we talking about right now, though. Right now.
Yeah. As a quarterback, I'm telling you right now, Justin Herbert, his tools, what he does, I think he is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Okay. All right, 100%. I like it.
All right, so number 4, I'm going Joe Burrow as well. Like Vaughan said, crazy stats, had injuries and stuff going in, back and forth defense, wasn't really helping him out a lot. T. Higgins in and out of the lineup, still had a really good season numbers wise and stuff like that. He's had that one run. Giving number 4 to Joe. Number 3, we're going with the participation MVP trophy, Josh Allen. Like I said, he's a dog. He does what he's supposed to do. He makes plays and stuff. I just don't think he should have been the MVP last year. Definitely think Lamar should have got that nod. But like I said, he's got his one out the way. Hopefully there's no more voter fatigue. They give Lamar the respect he needs. Number 2, I'm going Patty. Patrick Mahomes, like I said, his resume is already there. I don't think he's the GOAT yet, but he's working his way there. Like I said, with minimal weapons, him and Andy Reid definitely got a lot going on out there. Definitely don't think we've seen the last of him. I just don't want people to ask him questions that aren't regarding football. That nappy hair comment was crazy. Okay, number one, number one, I'm coming back with Lamar as well. Kind of biased, like I said, being a Louisville fan, being from there, always gonna have Lamar at the top. Not only because of what he's done, like in the community stuff, but ball play. Like I said, he's throwing dots, he's making plays with his legs. You see the progression over time. Like I said, I still think there's steps that Lamar can take that'll make him even more exceptional, and definitely see more than we've already seen. But number one, Lamar Jackson. Don't even want to argue about it. Number one quarterback in the NFL.
Hard to argue. And again, he is a Cowboys fan, not a Ravens fan. He is a Louisville fan, obviously, so some bias there, but you got him at number one. Okay, let me get my top five out of the way. At 5, I was so close to putting Jaden Daniels at 5. But after 1 year, you can't.
Recency bias, yeah.
The recency bias is crazy. And with CJ Stroud, I had the same inkling I had. CJ Stroud at number 5 last year. He kind of regressed, but all of that had to do with the talent around him. I'm hoping the Commanders do more for, Jaden Daniels as the years progress. But yeah, he has the skill set to be very good. Yeah, I like him at 5, but I didn't put him at 5 because he is a rookie. I put Jared Goff at 5. I did this a couple of months ago, and I got a lot of flack from a lot of people saying that he's a system quarterback. Listen, that boy got an arm talent, and he's tough as nails. Yeah,
I'm not mad at it.
I like Jared Goff at 5. And 2 years in a row that he's done very good. Yeah, so give me a quarterback who's been there, has been in the conference championship, division round past season, and definitely knows how to win in those big moments. Not just that in postseason, in the regular season, he's a dog. He keeps keeping his team in games. Not just that defense. It's not just the running backs. It's Jared Goff doing a lot of the heavy lifting for that offense. I really like Jared Goff at 5. At 4, I have Patrick Mahomes as well. I do not like the way Patrick Mahomes has played since 2022. He's really regressed in both 23 and 24. Yes, he didn't have Tyreek Hill. Yes, there's a lot going on for Eric Bieniemy leaving the organization, even though he's not really the OC. It's Andy Reid. But he has been I won't say the downfall, but he has not been the reason why the Chiefs have made it to the Super Bowl 2 years running. It has been that defense and the running game. It hasn't been Patrick Mahomes, and he has been outplayed by the other 3 top, 4 quarterbacks in the league. So I have him at 4, and he could, prove us wrong next year. This coming season doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like he has the offense really to do damage, and his protections regress. It's just, and the other 3 teams just look like they're building upon that offense. Not so much of Patrick Mahomes. So I have him at 4. Yes, he's a Super Bowl champion, MVP, lost by 18 points against the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Eagles played a lot of teams this year that were in the top tier groupings that they didn't get beat that bad. So I'm not convinced that Patrick Mahomes hasn't regressed fully. And I definitely have the other 3 quarterbacks ahead of him. And number 3, I have Josh Allen. I just don't think that Josh Allen did enough to win the MVP award. I call it the participation award. I just, he didn't show enough. I know he didn't have the talent around him that Lamar and Joe Burrow has, but listen, when you play the game and you're using your rushing yards, your rushing touchdowns as stats to uplift yourself over the other quarterbacks, that's not going to do it for me. Lamar Jackson was held to that same standard a few years ago, and now that Lamar is becoming the better passer of the football, we're pushing that aside and say, okay, Josh Allen had 12 touchdowns rushing. He should be the best quarterback in the league. I don't see it. He could get better. I mean, he needs more talent around him as well, similar to Patrick, and he can, uplift the team by himself, but not really a big Josh Allen guy. At number 2, I got Joe Burrow in the AFC North. He is a dog. He doesn't have a defense at all, but he's a cerebral quarterback, and he's as good as it comes to me. I think it just speaks for himself what he's able to do with his team. That team's doo-doo without him for sure. Sure, he has Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. That's a cheat code, but I put Joe Burrow at 2. Yeah, exactly. I don't expect Cincinnati to do much this year, but offensively, they're going to put points on the board, So Joe Burrow has a lot to do with that. Number 1, Lamar Jackson. I mean, he should have won it last year. He's probably going to try and win it this year. He's different. He's hard to game plan for, and he doesn't turn the football over. That's a big thing. Postseason Lamar Jackson and regular season Lamar, 2 different guys, but I can't totally look at the postseason one way. Lamar's just the best quarterback. We'll see if he improves and gets my team to the championship this year, but Lamar's clearly the best quarterback in the league by far.
I got a question for you, Sam. So I know it's later in his career, but how do you feel like how you like the D Hop addition? I was pushing for them to get D Hop 3-4 years ago when his name was still a little bit better. But how do you feel about him right now?
I like it, but it's going to depend on if they're going to keep Mark Andrews and D Hop on the field at the same time, because they both do very similar things. I think D Hop's a little bit faster, a little more nuanced with the route running than Mark Andrews, but they still do very similar things. And the offense of the Ravens is very particular about putting guys in position where they fit a specific need. So I think it might be similar to the OBJ, Rashad Bateman situation where they both weren't on the field at the same time. It'll be similar with that, but I'm very excited about Hopkins because Lamar hasn't had a sure-handed guy opposite Mark Andrews in his entire career. So it'll be interesting to see what the Ravens do. He was in OTAs today. He looked really good, but he's longer in the tooth. He's not the guy that we saw in Houston, but I'm very excited about him. We'll see what happens. All right, let's move on because we did talk about OTAs with Hopkins. OTAs has begun this first step, I think, in a long step to get the training camp preseason and the regular season, but it is the first mandatory option for not Ravens players, but NFL players in general to get onto the field. Lots of players showed up. Some players didn't show up. Some players decided to hold out, contract situations, what have you. Most of it is contract related. What are your thoughts about OTAs? I'll start with you, Vaughan. A lot of these players come in and they don't really care about OTAs, but coaching staff definitely does. Teams definitely does. They take notice, and it definitely highlights the contract situations for these players.
Yeah, for veteran players, I mean, I feel like OTAs is not a huge deal unless you're going to a new team. New team ball means you want the reps with your quarterback, you want the reps with people, your players, build that camaraderie, get that bond for sure. As far as the new kids, the rookies who trying to sign deals, holding out, I feel like they're wasting reps. They need to be in there right away. That rookie deal is gonna be the rookie deal by all means, but I feel like you got to go in there. Just it's a new job. You feel me? You're going to a new work spot. That's not a good look, honestly. But I feel like OTAs and as a whole, I can kind of see it as you get older in your career, it means less and less to you for sure. But like you said with D Hop, I feel like those older players who go into new teams, they have to be there to get those reps to get some type of, that new bond with your teammates for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I agree completely with that. Clay, what are your thoughts? Same?
I said 100% agree. Like I said, the longer you get in your career, it's not that big of a deal. And then until you look at like Trey Hendrickson out there in Cincinnati, where like they obviously need him there, but like I said, Cincinnati continuously like mismanages money on key players and things like that. So like they already had a piss poor defense last year, and now one of the best edge rushers in the league probably isn't going to play for you next year. So what does that make that look like? So like I said, for the younger guys, definitely want to get in there. I understand you want your money too, but coming into OTAs late is nothing but putting you behind the learning curve. Now you're gonna have to hear you being called a bust. You're gonna have to hear Stephen A talking crazy about you. You're not picking up the concepts and things like that. Like I said, everything is a business. You want to get it nailed and hammered out, but the young guys definitely need to get in there. Like you said earlier, guys that are a little bit longer in the tooth, it's not as big of a situation unless you're walking into a brand new situation.
All right.
But like, yeah, everything usually works itself out by the time actual training camp and stuff rolls out. So not really too worried about it. We'll check back in on it in a couple weeks or something like that.
Hey,
Yeah.
Sam, quick question. Do you think Dalvin Cook is gonna get paid?
Heck.
By who?
Or should he get paid, I should say.
They gonna call his little brother now.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he should get paid. Will he get paid? Is another thing entirely. I know running backs have been, getting kind of, the money.
Right.
Derrick Henry just got his. I'd say he get paid. I say he gets paid. Maybe not what he wants. He's probably looking for something over what Derrick Henry got. Probably not going to happen considering Derrick Henry's the second best running back in the league last year.
So where do you rank Dalvin Cook now in running back era?
I'd say
in the
top
NFL?
five. Top
Dalvin's
five. No, you're right. I don't know.
Okay, that's my fault. We said Dalvin. I meant James.
You mean James Cook? Yeah.
James.
Okay,
That's my
James.
fault.
So the little
My fault,
brother.
brother. My fault. Little brother. Yeah.
He's more apt to get paid now than Dalvin.
Yeah. Oh, Dalvin's
My fault.
done the
Yeah,
league.
my bad.
Yeah.
I meant James.
Yeah.
My fault.
Yeah, I think he's focusing. He's getting the reps from the Bills. You got Josh Allen, the MVP, quote unquote. The offense is humming. So I think he's going to get money just based off the stats. But is he a top 5 top 10 running back? Probably not, but he's going to get paid like one. I think,
Well, it's like you said, how they were moving the goalposts. They were talking about 1,000-yard receivers and running backs and stuff. And Josh Allen had one last year. Like James Cook had a very good season last year. In terms of the whole league. So it's like, put an asterisk by Josh Allen's trophy, man.
Oh yeah, we already know Josh Allen didn't
put an
deserve that
asterisk
thing.
by it.
I'm not going to get racial with it, but there's components to it.
I will.
I know you will. You're not going to go there, but you know what I'm saying?
I will.
it's just, their favorite boy finally gets one. That's all I'm going to say about it. Let's move on because we talked about this last week. I was convinced, I'm sure we were all convinced that the tush push was going away based on how heavy the Packers are pushing for this and how Roger Goodell pretty much all but came out and said they wanted to get it removed. 22 of the 32 teams voted for it. 10 did not. You need 24 teams to vote something out. So there were 2 teams short. Lots of teams that we expected to not vote for it didn't. The Ravens use the tush push very often with Mark Andrews. They decided to vote to keep the tush push. Only one of the 10 teams will face the Philadelphia Eagles this year. That's the Detroit Lions, who voted again to keep the tush push going. They don't care.
We don't
Vaughan,
care,
since you're a Lions fan, I'll get your thoughts on it. How do you feel about the tush push remaining in the league at least for one more season?
Like we mentioned last week, to us, to everybody here, it doesn't matter. It's a yard, honestly. Granted, there's an average of maybe 3,000 pounds pushing it for a yard, but at the same time, it's 1 yard. We just don't want you put in that situation. If you were afraid of it, stop them from getting inches. We already talked about it. It's football. We know it's some dangers playing the game, but overall, I'm glad to stay here. It's kind of, as I said, for me, it's hilarious just to see it not getting banned. It's so funny, and I think I'm petty that way. Now I want to see it stay as long as possible, but that's it. Honestly, I enjoy it. Watch the Eagles gonna beat the Lions from a tush push. I'm gonna be mad as fuck, guaranteed.
Yeah, you are.
But overall, bro, it's a part of the game, man. I know, you feel me. I like it.
Yeah, Clay, I want to get your thoughts. The Cowboys are in the division with the Eagles. Jerry Jones pretty much, beat around the bush about whether he was going to vote for it, but obviously he voted to remove it. What are your thoughts about it?
Said line it up, strap it up. It's a football play. Like I said, if you don't want me to run the tush push, stop me from being 4th and 1, 4th and 2, 4th and inches. You won't have to worry about it. Like I said, they didn't get the votes. Complain. Try again next year. Like I said, line it up. Stop them.
I honestly don't know how you ban it at this point. I mean, they had the wording.
What's going to be the new verbiage or new reasoning as to why you ban it? Like, so you're cooked now. Jalen Hurts is going to have 12 rushing touchdowns for the next 5 years.
It's going to be politics based. You're going to have to lobby to get these other teams to vote against it. So
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I'm nervous. My thing about it and why I didn't want him to vote for it was because the wordage was changed so that you couldn't push anybody towards, like if a running back was running and he was stumbling, if an offensive line were to push a running back forward a little bit, that's a flag.
They take that touchdown too.
Yeah.
See that all the time.
So it wasn't specific to the tush push. You could get held up and I just come and nudge you, and then that would have been
every game. All game. We said every play.
I'm good.
Every single play.
Every play. I mean, I love those plays too. So
you feel me?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Big ass hog knocking somebody out out of nowhere. I love seeing that, bro.
It's the energy, man.
It's energy.
Now I'm gonna hand the ball to the lineman, let him spike it. Fat man celebration.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on because it's time to play a little game that I like to call "Do You Know Ball." This is an interesting development. We like to play around it. So not much to talk about in terms of National Football League, but definitely. We got time to look back on what 2024 brings and then also what 2025 can uphold for us. I have questions for both of you. I will start with my boy, Clay. Clay, you played wide receiver, in your collegiate days. So this is going to be a wide receiver related question. I want to get your thoughts on the top 10 wide receivers in 2024 in terms of yardage. Who had the most yardage in the National Football League in 2024, 1 through 10. You can go in any order you want. List them out. I'll tell you when you got them. And if you need a little bit of help from Vaughan, I'll pull them in. But right now, we're going to start with you. Top 10 receivers in yardage last year in 2024.
All right, so we're going to go with the triple count with Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase, number 1, with 1,708 yards in 2024.
Sheesh.
All right. I know Jetta's had some injury, but is Jetta's in the top 10 still?
Jetta is number 2 with 1,533 yards. You're cooking.
I know people had injuries and stuff last year, so I know it kind of gets dicey.
Clay.
Because oh yeah, Amon Ra, yeah.
Amon
Duh.
St. Brown,
He
number
went. He
5.
had high catches and everything
Yeah.
too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There you go.
1,263 yards.
That's it.
Who else? Who else ate last year? Did were any of the rookies? Were any of the rookies in there?
Neighbors.
There's a couple of rookies. I say two rookies in there.
So what's my boy from LSU at Jacksonville? Thomas. Did he
Thomas?
Brian
crack?
Thomas.
Brian Thomas is number 3. BTJ, 1,282 yards.
That's
in
what I knew.
2024.
I know he went crazy. So then
He did.
let me check out Neighbors. What did Neighbors have?
Neighbors on number 7, 1,204 yards in 2024. You're cooking, man.
Hey,
What
you
what
good.
what Pickens do?
Pickens did not make the list. He is not top 10.
Okay.
Oh, I got some people for you, bro. I'm gonna let you cook, but I think I got 2 at least.
Because the last name you said had 1,200. You said
1,204. That's Malik Neighbors, number 7. So right now
So
you're
I
missing
know
number
it's gonna
4,
get- it's gonna
number
get tight
6,
then.
number 8, number 9, and number 10.
Trying to think. What did Puka do? Was Puka in there?
Puka was not in there,
Yeah, that's
but
what he was hurt.
there's some guys that are close. He was very close. Let's put it like that. But he did not make the list.
What's the cutoff? What's
The
10?
cutoff?
What's the yardage?
I will tell you that the number 10 receiver got over 1,000 yards.
All right,
Just
so let me
barely?
get Mike Evans.
There you go.
Mike Evans did not make the list.
Ooh,
I would have said
damn.
Mike
Did not
Evans
make
too.
it. He hit 1,000 yards, but not as much as number 10 did.
Oh, Clay, your team.
Oh yeah, CD.
CeeDee Lamb, yes, number 8 with 1,194 yards. Oh yeah.
Who else? Let me get a Nico Collins.
Nico Collins did not make the list. Right now, you need number 4, number 6, number 9, and number 10. I'll tell you, there are going to be names that, maybe, but number 6 and number 10 are going to be surprising. Number 9, if you really pay attention, I'll give it to you. I will tell you that.
Oh.
Okay. Go ahead, Vaughn. I'll let you.
Can I
Yeah,
help?
let me
maybe?
tag in. Give me
What's the dude from the Chargers?
oh,
on there?
Lad McConkey.
Yeah.
Ed McConkey, number 9
he
on
on
the
there?
list, 1,149
McConkey,
yards.
He definitely had a great rookie season.
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown did not make the list.
Whoa. What did he have? How many yards did he have?
I will look it up later, but he is not in the top 10.
Okay.
I will tell you the AFC North receiver is on this list. Actually, a
AFC
former. I don't even know if he's still in the AFC North. Still, I think he is actually. Yeah, he is in the AFC North. He was with the Broncos at one point.
Jerry Jeudy.
Jerry Jeudy.
Oh yeah,
I like
the
that.
Browns.
Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, when
He's on the list.
Jameis
Number
took over, he had like a 7-game hot streak.
Yep, Jerry Jeudy, number 6, 1,229 yards.
So now we need 8 and 9?
You need 4 and 10.
4 and 10. Damn, who's
4 and 10. We just talked about a certain quarterback. Maybe it was backstage before the show started, but he plays in the NFC. So,
Oh, Terry.
no, Terry is not on the list.
Oh, God.
He plays with a bird team.
Zay?
Not Zay. Not no Ravens on this list, unfortunately.
So
But this
Birds,
guy,
Falcons, London?
Drake London,
Drake
number
London
4 on the
cracked the
list.
top 10?
1,271 yards. Had a crazy season.
That's it.
And the last one on the list plays in a
9.
rainy city in the NFC. And I'm not
Seattle?
talking about DK
Seattle.
Metcalf before he moved to the
Oh.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Cooper Cup.
Nope,
No,
not him.
Rainy City.
Rainy.
You're in the right city
Seattle.
and the right team.
Oh, is it? No. What's the Ohio State receiver? Jackson.
Jackson.
Jackson Smith and Jigma.
What?
Number 10.
He was 10?
1,130
Oh.
yards. Yeah. So a lot of surprising receivers they make this list. And if you're thinking that you need a receiver to win this league, I tell
Clearly
you,
not. Yeah, you can get some
can get
C
some-
names. Yeah,
Yep.
C-tier names.
I gotta see how much he had, bro. I gotta see how many yards
it
he
is
had.
crazy. All right. So
wild.
good job, Clay. You knocked it out for the most part. The last two were very tricky, especially Jackson Smith and Jigba. I did not expect him.
Yeah, I never
to be in the
would have
top
guessed
10.
that.
Yeah,
never would have
that's-
guessed that.
That's insane. All right. Vaughan, it's your turn.
Oh, shit.
Top 10 tight ends. You were a tight end, played collegiately. it is time to go with the tight ends, but we're not doing receiving yards. We're doing touchdowns. Who had the most touchdowns in 2024? I will tell you, there are 4 players in the top 12 that had the same amount of yardage. Same amount of touchdowns at each other. I will tell you the number is 5 touchdowns, 4 players. So I will give you 2 off. You don't have to get 12, just have to get 10. If you get all 12, that's great. I doubt you'll get it because some of these names are crazy. But the top 10 tight ends, top 10 tight ends in terms of touchdowns in 2024.
So I'm gonna throw a snowball one just off the rip. I have to do this. I don't know his name exactly. I know he has 83 from the Jets. Conklin
did not make the list.
Oh, I thought he was okay. That's my snowball. Okay, so you got Sam Laporta.
Sam Laporta is on the list.
Yeah,
number 6. Sam Laporta with 7 touchdowns in 2020.
I'm gonna say Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers is number 10. He is tied with the 4 others with 5 touchdowns in 2024. So you get one more in the top, in the bottom 4. Looking good right now.
T.J. Hawkins.
T.J. Hawkinson did not make the list. He is not in the top 10 of tight ends.
Jonnu Smith.
Jonnu Smith. I'm surprised you got that one. Good job. Baby. Number 3 on the list with 8 touchdowns. I did not think he would be that high. So I'm very glad you got it because I was nervous that you would have to get some help.
Another 5. What's the dude from Arizona?
McBride did not make the list. I think he actually topped off at 4.
He struggled. You're right, because he ain't pick up till later on the end of the season. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to get all the low ball people. Is there a Steelers on there?
There is a Steeler.
That's what I'll say.
Freiermuth.
Pat Freiermuth was on the list. He's number 5 with 7 touchdowns.
Okay. Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram did not make the list.
Kittle. He kind of was up and down last
George
year.
Kittle, number 2 with 8 touchdowns in 2024, tied with Jonnu Smith.
Damn. How many I got now?
You got 2, 3, 5,
Travis.
6.
I'm gonna say Travis because it's Travis Kelce.
Travis did not make the list.
I knew it.
Travis Kelce struggled.
What about Njoku?
David Njoku.
I would say he was on my
number 9, tied with Brock Bowers at 5 touchdowns in 2024. So you got the 2 hard ones out the way. There are 2 more. I will add them to the list even if you get them extra credit, but those 2 are going to be kind of tough. One, not so much. One, a team you already mentioned, but didn't make the list. I'll give you a hint.
Team you already mentioned who didn't make the list. Who else got?
Just recently.
Recently?
Oh, what is Buddy's name? Noah Gray.
Oh, I would never guess that. Good help.
Because he slipped up a couple times, had a couple little 2-3 yard.
I would never guess that. Mm-hmm. Who else is left? How many we got left? You said 2?
Yep. You still have to get number 1, number 4, number 7, which is going to be tough, and number 8.
Tight end touchdowns.
I will tell you, one is. Oh, go ahead. I won't interrupt you.
No. So what you gonna say? 'Cause I'm thinking I'm going down a list of teams now.
All right. So that one plays in the very cold division that you play for, tight end for a team that used to house 2 great quarterbacks. One potentially in the Hall of Fame, another one that likely will get in, but will likely play for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, the 85. That's his number.
Tucker Kraft.
Yeah, Kraft. Okay, there you go.
7 touchdowns. Number 7 on the list.
Oh, 7. What's up?
You still haven't got number 1.
Yeah, number 1 is blowing me, bro. That's.
I will give you a hint for number 1 if you want to, but I really think you have a shot to get this one. Maybe. I will tell you there are 2 players on the list that are on the same team in the AFC.
So give me Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews.
Boom, boom, boom.
I was
number 1, Mark Andrews with 11 touchdowns, the most by far. Only 3 players that played receiver had more touchdowns in 2024. Jamar Chase with 17, Terry McLaurin with 13, and Amon St. Brown with 12. Mark Andrews had 11. Isaiah Likely, 6 touchdowns, number 8 on the list.
Okay.
So with that, how do you think that transition is gonna happen? Easing Isaiah Likely more into the. I love seeing Likely play. I love watching Likely play.
I think if the Ravens are smart, they make likely the number 1 tight end this year. Yeah, and then have Mark Andrews switch off of DeAndre Hopkins in certain situations, Hopkins spelling, get that 2 tight end set going, and have Mark Andrews go in. I know the 2-point conversion is crazy, but he's very good at the goal line. That's why he has 11 touchdowns. So we'll see. But yeah, I think they're gonna have to make it work. But yeah, Mark Andrews number 1, crazy, right? There's only one more player you haven't got. Actually, no, I think there's one more player. Number 4 on the list. He is a Super Bowl champion, very recent Super Bowl champion, as in 2024 Super Bowl champion. No, actually, no, he's not a Super Bowl champion. He was an NFC Conference championship, but lost to the eventual Super Bowl champions. So he has Jaden Daniels as the quarterback.
Old school.
Yeah.
Played for the Super Bowl champion.
He played for
Ertz.
Yeah,
Zach Ertz,
Zach
number
Ertz.
4 on the list. 7
Which
touchdowns.
is crazy because he had like a resurgence the past couple of years.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels kind of
that was hard, bro.
got his career. It was hard.
The tight ends was definitely
the tight ends
harder.
is crazy.
Yeah,
I was going to yards, so I was like, let's make it a little interesting. But
that was good.
Yeah,
though.
good job, guys. Yeah, you guys are. We want to do this every week. I think this was really fun, and
Cool.
you guys knocked it out of the park. Way better than I would do. I'm not gonna lie. Johnny Smith pulled is crazy.
Yeah, for you to pull that one off the rip was crazy. Johnny Smith.
I was trying to think of like low, like kind of crazy. I just knew that Jets tight end was gonna be on there, bro. I just knew it.
I'm sure he has like 4. It was hella tight ends with 4 touchdowns. Yeah. All right. Cool on the list. We talked about a little bit, but Rodgers continues to befuddle us with his lack of decision making. OTAs are starting. He still has not reported to Pittsburgh Steelers camp. He hasn't even, talked about a contract working. Owners seem to think Pittsburgh Steelers think that he's going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, but I don't trust it. What are your thoughts? I'll start with you, Clay. Aaron Rodgers, is he a Steeler or is he going to retire?
I don't give a damn what he does, and I don't think the Steelers should either. Honestly, it's like wasting time. And it's crazy. Out of all the conversations we have about incoming quarterbacks off the field, whatever their mindset, their attitude, and then Aaron Rodgers doesn't get the same coverage. It's asinine. Like, he's done this to multiple teams over the past 3-4 years. You don't know what he's going to do until the last second. He's going to go in a cave and be off shrooms for 2 weeks. He's a jerk. It's always something extra. He is coming with more stuff than just playing football. So I don't think it's worth it, like, at all. Like just go ahead and move on. Don't even bring in the Aaron Rodgers circus. Just let him go off into the abyss, man. I wouldn't put my eggs in that basket.
Vaughan, what are your thoughts? Do you agree with him?
Yeah. I mean, I think he's just trying to hang it up. He's he's like 40 now, 40 something.
Off an Achilles too. Come on, bro. Wrap it up.
His year stat-wise with the Jets, all his games was unexciting, honestly. I think he had the lowest per yard passing, I think, last year. I mean, he wasn't stat-wise, at least. It wasn't fun to watch. I mean, I know he's probably thinking that last year was like pointless, honestly. I think he needs to like talk it up, hang it up, at least go out on a good note. It's time for a new chapter, bro. He can go coach somewhere. He can just chill. Like Clay said, go to some shrooms somewhere, hang out in a cave for the rest of his time being.
But that's the thing. I don't think he has the personality or the temperament to be a coach. Or I don't think, just from the stuff that we see, I don't think he's an enjoyable person to be around. I think for the most part, people get annoyed. I think we're now at the point where his ego is surpassing the output of his talent.
Yeah.
And it's not worth dealing with.
It almost like he was in pain when he was playing, honestly. Like he was in pain, limping around.
That's what I'm saying. Coming off, I've torn my Achilles. Coming off an Achilles is already an uphill battle. Now you're 40 plus, coming off an Achilles, trying to play quarterback in the NFL, and mobility was one of his biggest calling cards.
Yeah, I don't think it's
all right,
I don't
man.
think it
It's
would
all
do
right.
the Steelers any justice, I would say.
I don't think that takes them up a notch.
Yeah,
I don't think adding Aaron Rodgers.
Maybe middle of the pack.
They don't got a quarterback in Pittsburgh right now, so they need somebody. But I agree with you. I don't think he's going to be the guy, at least at this point.
If they survive with Mason Rudolph, they'll be all right without Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mason Rudolph's still there. They got to do it from Ohio State.
Yeah.
He can move at least. Will Howard, he can move. They just got to survive until Archie is.
Damn near. Got to pray for next year.
Archie in Pittsburgh.
But then that's what's crazy because it's not going to happen because we don't expect greatness from Pittsburgh, but we know Mike Tomlin's going to win 8 games.
Yep.
Yeah. He's not going to get that early pick. He's going to be between 14 and 19 every year. So like you damn near can't bank on drafting the next quarterback because you never bad enough to get him. Yep. You know, so yeah, they in a rock and a hard place for sure.
Yeah, man, I'm turning 40. The body is not the same, but I'm telling you, no matter how much you work out, it is not the same. I'm not saying that, I'm not Aaron Rodgers level working out. I don't do shrooms either. So we meet somewhere in the middle as far as what my body can do. It's going to be tough for them to win with them. I'm glad as a Ravens fan that the Steelers are going to lose too. So, but yeah, Aaron Rodgers, he's a.
I'd be so pissed off if I was DK.
Yo, yeah, boy.
Y'all gonna trade me somewhere with no quarterback? He really gonna be out there aggressive.
Yeah.
2 more penalties a game.
Just leave my DBs alone, bro.
Absolutely. No, that's what I'm saying. He's gonna be on a tear. Extra tackle out on the numbers.
Nuts. All right, well, that's gonna do it for the show. Appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Appreciate you guys, Vaughan and Clay, for joining me as we talk football in the offseason. I know it's not a lot of great news, but as the season progresses, we get to the regular season, I'm excited to talk football. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of interesting tidbits to talk about, but we trudge along as we get through this offseason, and June's coming up, and then training camp, and before you know it, a lot of football action. So appreciate you guys again for joining me. For myself, Vaughan, Clay, thanks again for joining, and we'll see you next week.
We got it.